Welcome, students. We are discussing the story The Beggar. In the previous section, we have seen the major characters of the story. Major characters are Laskov, Sergei, and Olga. We see that Laskov was a beggar. His nature was to tell a lie. He always tells a lie in order to evoke sympathy in the listeners. In this way, he earns his livelihood. In the beginning of this story, we see that Laskov told a lie. He said that he was a village school teacher. Okay, when he met Sergei, according to his tendency, according to his nature, he told a lie to Sergei. Sergei was a straightforward person. He was a principled man. He did not like the person who tells lie. Laskov had done so. When Laskov asked money from Sergei, Sergei denied. Sergei refused to give money. Instead of providing him money, he offered him the job, and the job was to chop the wood. Laskov did not have a desire to do the job. He was habitual of asking the money from others by telling a lie. This was the nature of Laskov. When Laskov met Sergei second time, this time he told him that he was a village school teacher and he had been expelled for intrigues. Then Sergei observed him minutely. He remembered that he met Laskov at the street, Sardove Street, that was the name of the street. He remembered that in that street he told him that he was a student who had been expelled, and this time he is saying that he is a village school teacher. So at once Laskov was caught by Sergei. Sergei understood that he was telling a lie. Later on, Laskov told him that I can show the paper. I have the paper. On that basis, I can say that I have been a village school teacher. Now I have been expelled. I have lost my job. One thing you also remember that the beggar mumbled, "No, no, that cannot be so. Taken aback. I am a village school teacher. If you like, I can show you my papers." So here, the beggar Laskov was trying to prove that he was a village school teacher, but Sajai had remembered that Sadova estate. He found him and remembered the incident. At that time, he told him that he was a student and he had been expelled. So now come further. Have done with lying. You called yourself a student and even told me what you had been expelled for. Don't you remember? This is the speech of Sajai. Sajai told him, "You are telling a lie. You don't remember that earlier you told me that you are a student and At present time, you are telling that you are a village school teacher. Don't remember? Sarjai flushed and turned from the ragged creature with an expression of disgust. Disgust here means a feeling of revulsion or strong disapproval aroused by something unpleasant or offensive. So here, Laskov was telling a lie. Sajai didn't like such kind of person. So that incident was disgusting for Sarjai. Sarjai did not like this incident. He cried angrily, "This is dishonestly, my dear sir. This is swindling. This is cheating. I shall send the police for you, damn you." Now again, uh, Sarjai threatened him that speak truth, don't tell a lie. This is dishonesty. He cried angrily, "You are a cheater. You are cheating a person of money. So I will call the police and hand over to the police." So now, in this way, in this part, we have seen that Laskov was telling a lie, and Sarjai was disgusted. Sarjai was upset. He did not like the nature of Laskov. Later on, Sarjai spoke angrily that you accept the truth, otherwise, I will hand over you to the police. I hand over you to the police. That was the threatening given by Sarjai. Now see, he said, "Sir," laying his hand on his heart, "the fact is, I was lying. I am neither a student nor a school teacher." Now here, after giving threat, Laskov was telling a lie. Try to understand the situation. Situation is that Sarjai threatened Laskov, "If you will not tell the fact, the reality, I will hand over you to the police." At this point, what happened? Laskov, the beggar, told the reality, told the fact. He said, "Fact is that I was lying," means I was telling a lie. "I am neither a student nor a school teacher. All that was fiction. This was wrong. This was falsehood. Formerly, I sang in a Russian choir and was sent away for drunkenness." So he was drunkard also. The beggar was drunkard. Laskov was drunkard. By his this nature, he was sent away from this choir, Russian choir. So here we see the real identity of Laskov, the beggar, who told that he sang in a Russian choir, but because of his drunkenness nature, he was expelled from there. But what else can I do? I can't get along without lying. I can't get along without lying. So being expelled from Russian choir, he had nothing to do. He had only one thing to do, that he told a lie. By telling a lie, he aroused sympathy in the heart of the listener, and the listener gave him some money. In this way, he was leading his life. So here, Laskov was trying to say that because of the circumstances, he was begging, he was telling a lie, he was earning money by telling a lie. The circumstances made him to do so. So he was telling a lie. By telling a lie, he earns money. In this way, he was leading his life. So here we come to know what is the reality of Laskov. Who was Laskov? Laskov was a singer in a Russian choir. He was expelled from here because of his nature, that is drunkenness. After that, he was jobless. He had no money. So he had to tell a lie and earn money. In this way, he was leading a life. According to Laskov, he was bound to do the work of begging. He had no job. He was jobless. So that was the fact presented by Laskov before Sergei. Sergei cried, "Okay, what can you do? You ask what you can do." Sergei said, "Okay, tell what you can do." Coming close to him, Sergei was going close to uh, Laskov. He told him, "Tell me what you can do." "Work. That is what you can do. You must work. You must work. Don't beg. Don't tell a lie. Don't earn money in this way. You must work. By doing work, you earn your money. You earn your livelihood. But don't tell a lie. Don't beg. Do work." That was a suggestion given by Sergei. So in this part, we have seen that Laskov had disclosed his real identity. Who was he? Why he was expelled from Russian choir? And why he was bound to do such mean work, that is begging and telling a lie. Sergei suggested him to do work. Don't tell a lie. Don't beg. You do work and you will earn money. Don't earn money by begging or telling a lie. Next, work. Yes, I know that myself, but where can I find work? So Laskov is saying, okay, work. Okay, I will do. But where can I find work? How would you like to chop wood for me? Sergei said him. Or Sergei offered him job. What was the job? Chopping of wood. That was a job offered by Sergei to Laskov. Or in other words, we can say Sergei offered Laskov the job of chopping of wood. I would not refuse to do that, but in these days, even skilled woodcutters find themselves sitting without bread. So here again, Laskov says one thing, you know, I can't refuse it. I will do. But in present time, in these days, what is happening? Skilled woodcutters find themselves sitting without bread. Means the woodcutters who are skilled, they are jobless now. And you are telling me to chop the wood. You are offering me this job, chopping of wood. Skilled woodcutters are jobless. They are sitting without bread. So this was the logic presented by Laskov in order to prove that he can't do job. One thing remember, Laskov was a lazy person. He didn't have a desire to do work. So that's why he presented this logic before Sergei, that there are several skilled woodcutters. Now they are jobless. Now Sergei says, will you come and chop wood for me? Tell. Are you willing or not? Yes, sir, I will. Leskov says, yes, I am coming. I will chop wood for you. Very well, we will soon find out. Sajai hastened. Hastened here means walked hurriedly along, rubbing his hands. He called his cook out of the kitchen. So, in this part, we have seen that there was a conversation between Laskov and Sarjai. Sarjai was offering the job of woodcutting to Laskov, but Laskov was trying to refuse it in a different way by saying that there are several skilled woodcutters who are jobless now. But Sarjai said, no, you tell me whether you are coming or not. Then he says, yes, I am coming. I will chop wood for you. After that, Sarjai called his cook. Now, see what happened. He said, here, Olga. So, as I told you, Olga was Sarjai's cook. He said, here, Olga, take this gentleman into the woodshed and let him chop wood. So, order was given to Olga to take this gentleman, here gentleman refers to Laskov, into the woodshed and let him chop wood. The scarecrow of a beggar shrugged his shoulders. Now, one thing remember, Laskov did not know how to chop the wood. He told Sarjai that, okay, I will come with you, I will chop wood for you. But reality is that Laskov himself did not know how to chop the wood. So he was surprised, he was hesitating to go there because he knew himself that he did not know how to chop the wood. As if in perplexity, state of being puzzled, bewilderment. Perplexity means bewilderment, surprised, puzzled, confused. He was confused. Why? Because he did not know how to chop the wood and went irresolutely. Resolutely means hesitatingly, undecidedly. Hesitantly, he went there after the cook. Meaning is this: Laskov followed Olga. He was puzzled, he was confused, he was bewildered. What is the reason? Because he did not know how to do the job. He did not know how to chop the wood. He was unaware of this act. It was obvious from his gait means walk, that he had not consented to go and chop wood because he was hungry and wanted work. Means by his way of walking, it seemed that he should not consent for this work. After all, he was hungry, that's why he accepted this job and he had to do work, but simply from pride and shame. And because he had been trapped by his own words, he had been trapped by his own words. Why? Because Laskov said one thing, that I would chop wood for you, but there are several skilled woodcutters who are jobless. He had spoken these lines. So, from these lines, it is clear that he was under his words. He was trapped by his own words. This sentence clearly indicates that he knows how to chop the wood, but reality was that he did not know how to chop the wood. It was obvious too that his strength had been undermined by vodka and that he was unhealthy and did not feel the slightest here means interest, inclination, even interest for toil. Toil here means hard work. So here we see we met the third major character, that is Olga. Olga uh, took this gentleman into the woodshed. When Laskov was moving towards woodshed, at that time he was puzzled. He was confused. He started remembering his past wordings when he said that several skilled woodcutters were jobless. I will chop wood for you. But reality is that Laskov did not want to do work. Laskov did not know anything about the chopping of the wood. He thought that he had been trapped by his own words. He was thinking. So these were the feelings, these were the ideas of Laskov when he was moving towards woodshed, or when he was following Olga at that time. These thoughts, these feelings were running in the mind of Laskov. And from his way of walking, it seemed that he had no interest for this hard work, that is the chopping of the wood. Now next we see Sergei hurried into the dining room. From its windows one could see the woodshed and everything that went on in the yard. So Sajai went into his dining room, and from there he can see the woodshed and what one is doing in the woodshed, that can be seen by Sajai from his dining room. Standing at the window, Sajai saw the cook and the baker come out into the yard by the back door and make their way across the dirty snow to the shed. Olga glared wrathfully here means with hatred, at her companion, and here companion refers to Laskov. Shoved him aside, pushed him with her elbow, unlocked the shed, angrily banged the door. So that was the reaction of Olga. Although Olga was a kind-hearted woman, but here she did not show her kindness. She showed her anger here. Because of the walking of Laskov made Olga to think that Laskov had no desire for work. So that was the nature of Olga. And here we see that Sajai went into his dining room, and from there he can see what is going on in woodshed. He saw Olga and Laskov there, and what Olga had done here we have seen. Olga had shown her anger. She put him aside with her elbow, unlocked the shed, and angrily banged the door. So this was the activity done by Olga there. So here, तो इस पूरे पार्ट में हम ये देखते हैं कि सरजाई जो है वो काम देता है लस्कॉफ को वुड कटिंग का। लस्कॉफ शुरू में ये तर्क देता है कि यहाँ पे बहुत सारे स्किल्ड वुड कटर हैं जो कि जॉबलेस हैं, मैं ये कैसे कर पाऊँगा। सरजाई कहता है तुम आ रहे हो या नहीं आ रहे हो। फाइनली जो है सरजाई के साथ लस्कॉफ आता है। इसके बाद लस्कॉफ को वुडशेड भेजा जाता है। ओल्गा उसे वुडशेड लेके जाती है और लस्कॉफ जब जा रहा होता है वुडशेड तो उसके अंदर बहुत से विचार चल रहे होते हैं। उसके हाव भाव से लगता है कि वो काम करना नहीं चाहता है। दूसरी चीज़, उसे वुड कैसे चॉप किया जाता है इसकी कोई जानकारी नहीं है। साथ ही में हमें लस्कॉफ की रियलिटी के बारे में पता चलता है कि वो रसिन क्वायर में गाया करता था, लेकिन ड्रंकननेस के कारण उसको जो है वहाँ से निकाल दिया गया और उसके बाद वो जॉबलेस हो गया और उसके बाद वो झूठ बोलता था और लोगों से पैसे बनाता था। सजाई ने उसे काम दिया चॉपिंग ऑफ वुड का। ओल्गा उसको लेके गई वुडसेट में और वुडसेट की तरफ जब लस्कॉफ जा रहा होता है तो लस्कॉफ के दिमाग में चल रहा होता है कि वो अपने ही शब्दों के जाल में फंस गया है। वो काम नहीं करना चाहता, लेकिन सच्चाई है कि वो अपने ही शब्दों में फंस गया है, क्योंकि उसने कहा कि वो उसके लिए काम कर सकता है, लेकिन हाँ बहुत से स्किल्ड वुड कटर्स हैं जो उसको कर पाने में असमर्थ हैं या जॉबलेस हैं अभी। सो दिस वी हैव सीन इन दिस पार्ट। इसके बाद हम ओल्गा को देखते हैं। ओल्गा जो है लस्कॉफ को लेकर के वुडसेट में जाती है और ओल्गा का नेचर हम देखते हैं कि वहाँ पर बहुत गुस्सा होती है अपने कंपेनियन के ऊपर, क्योंकि उसके चलने के भाव से पता चल जाता है कि लस्कॉफ कोई काम करने की इच्छा नहीं रखता है। दैट वाज द पार्ट विच वी हैव डिस्कस्ड। ओके, थैंक यू।